In this video, I'm going to be telling you how in 2025 I would start my career in data if I just graduated from college or if I wanted to pivot into it. Now, there's been a lot of videos made like this, and one thing that I think is important is that I credential myself to you as to why I am qualified to speak on this. So I'm 29 years old and I currently manage a business intelligence team. I graduated with a degree in information systems and a minor in statistics. I worked for an investment firm as part of their business intelligence team for 2 years. I then went and got a job at Nike, where I worked at their world headquarters for a little under 3. Moved over to Adidas, where I worked at their North American headquarters and managed a team, building out a business intelligence team from the ground up. At which point, after 3 years there, I took my current role. And if you really want to learn more about me and see my career journey, you can go ahead and you can look at my LinkedIn, which is down in the video description, where you'll be able to see all my job titles and how my career advanced. But the point is that I have worked in business intelligence with data at some of the largest and most recognizable brands in the world. The other way that I want to credential myself is talking about the technical skills and the software that I've worked with. So I can code in both Python and SQL. I have worked with Tableau, Power BI, Excel and VBA, Alteryx, you name it. If it's a business intelligence tool, I've probably worked with it. I've also, in terms of database software, worked extensively with Microsoft Azure and SQL Server, Databricks, and Snowflake. So all that to say, when I give you this advice, it's coming from my experience and what I've seen so far. So my first recommendation would be is if you want a career in data, you need to learn SQL before you learn anything else. And that's because it doesn't matter if you want to be a business intelligence analyst, a data engineer, a data scientist, a machine learning engineer. SQL is the foundation for any of those roles working with data. The next tech tool that I would recommend you learning is going to be depending on where you want to go. If you want to move more into the engineering and analytics side, learning Python, in particular PySpark, is probably a great place to go. But if you want to become a data analyst or a business intelligence analyst, then I think you need to learn a visualization tool. I prefer Power BI. The way it integrates into the Microsoft ecosystem, I think, is really great, and that's what I've focused on. But Tableau, Power BI, Looker, if you're a Google platform, they all are a great starting place. Okay, so I've listed off these tech skills, and you now might be wondering, well, how do I learn them? Well, I would recommend YouTube, actually. I'm currently working on a SQL series on how to learn SQL. I've made a ton of videos on Power BI, but that's not to say you have to watch my videos. There's plenty of great creators out there who have released a ton of different information. The other option, if you want a more structured, more streamlined learning and you don't want to go back into like a traditional college, is there's also plenty of online platforms that will teach you how to code or use Power BI or use Tableau. If you are going to go with an online platform or a course, I would recommend one that's interactive. So one that you put code or do a solution in, and then it gets returned back to you with either like a right or a wrong. Just purely based video platforms, there's really no point in paying for them because you can just get the free content on a platform here like YouTube. It's not worth your $500. And you might be wondering, well, if I'm not getting a degree or a certificate, how do I show that I know these skills to a future hiring manager? And I think that kind of depends on where you are currently. So if you don't have a job, what you need to do is you need to start building out a portfolio of projects. So with SQL, you need to really study and kind of do some fun data stuff and then put your SQL code up on your GitHub. If you are or Python too. If you're wanting to go into visualization or Power BI, you need to start building out some demo reports, things that people can see and interact with. Then when you apply for jobs, you include both a link to your GitHub as well as to your demo reports, hopefully on a portfolio website for your future employers to look at. That will really make you stand out from the crowd. Now, if you have an existing corporate job, just not one in data, what you need to do is you need to look for opportunities to work with SQL or a data visualization tool. Look for a process that's slow or clunky and think about ways that you could apply your new learned data skills into that job. That way, when you then apply to a more traditional data role, you actually have real life corporate projects that you can talk about. And one last note, if you're a new college grad who's struggling to get interviews, I would recommend two things. One, you have that portfolio project, but two, you also recognize that what you need to gain is you need to gain corporate experience. I know there's a lot of really flashy companies out there, some of which I listed in this video, but your goal should be to get experience. It's fine if you take a job at a slightly less prestigious company that gives you some real life experience that you work for only a year or two before you get the more prestigious one. I know comparison, especially as you're fresh out of college, is really the thief of joy. So that said, I hope you got something from this video. And if you did and you're still interested in learning about data and you want to learn from me, I would really appreciate for you to subscribe and then like this video and comment. I'm currently working on a series teaching you how to code SQL, and I'll link that series and the playlist to the videos I have so far. It's only 3 videos long, down in the video description. Thanks for watching.